Hey guys, welcome back to Abe Shape. Jose, just wanting to talk about a piece of equipment that I utilize a lot here, but it's fantastic for home gyms. When we're thinking low budget, low equipment, little space, that sort of thing, exercise bands. These things are fantastic. I utilize them in a lot of different corrective exercises, but they can also be great for a full body metabolic workout as well. You can do a lot of things really dynamic, and I just don't think people really understand how fantastic these are. A lot of times they think they need big heavy Olympic weights, dumbbells, that sort of thing, and those are nice and they do come in handy in certain situations, but these exercise bands are fantastic. So I'm going to do a back workout and just kind of explain the difference and how it works. But I'm also going to incorporate some heavy dumbbells. These bands do get pretty heavy. You can get therapy bands easily 100 pounds of resistance. They have handles that will allow you to attach multiple bands to them so you can compound the resistance. But really understanding the dynamics and the motion is really important, as the leverage changes. So, if I'm doing a shoulder raise, well, the resistance, let's see, if I step on this band here, and as I'm doing resistance, it's all the way up. But if I had a dumbbell in my hand, at a certain point, it's not pulling me back down. I'm still fighting the resistance holding this weight up, but if I had a dumbbell and I'm holding it up above my hands straight, I could probably hold this forever. But a resistance band's trying to pull my arm down a lot more than gravity would. So that's a great, fantastic aspect for bands. But also, they're really dynamic. I can put them in a lot of different situations. They have little loops and things. You can hook them to doorways and create all various different angles of force, and that's really important. If I'm doing a push-up versus a standing press, changes the dynamics, the focal point, and the leverage arm. So there's a lot involved in that. If you want more, you want me to help maybe develop a plan for you, you can check out my website and hit me up via email or text message, and we can talk about putting a plan together. But for today, I'm going to kind of show you a brief demonstration of my back workout and how I like to put bands in. Now, I'm going to start because I want to work posture, get my legs involved with some Olympic plates. I'm going to go for about 5 reps, and then I'm going to use some bands for some back exercises, because the back's really dynamic, and it has a bunch of movements and a bunch of muscles involved. The chest, we're primarily looking at just a handful of muscles, my pec major, pec minor, anterior delts, triceps, maybe biceps, depending on the leverage arm and the motion that I'm doing. So it's not as nearly as complex. When I'm looking at my back, I have my rotator cuff muscles, my rhomboids, my lats, my traps, rear delts are also involved. Biceps, triceps can even be involved depending on the dynamics and the biomechanics that I'm utilizing. So going to try and do a workout that does some heavy weight, some light weight, does a bunch of different movements. So watch. We're starting over with some bent over rows. I'm using some grip assistance today because I have some wrist issues going on. I want to kind of do some traction with. So then I can pull after that, working my rhomboids, lower traps. I'm going to go a little higher. Do some flies. Speaking of leverage arms, originally my biceps were an assisting muscle, supporting muscle within the bent over row, as well as my lower back and legs. Now hamstrings, triceps, rear delts are supporting while also using my rhomboids. Now, I want to focus those rotator cuff muscles a little bit. My teres major, teres minor. So that was a set for me. Start real heavy and just slowly lightened up. Went to a 40-pound resistance, then to a 30-pound resistance band, and using various different levels of biomechanics, starting really low, working the lower traps, rhomboids, biceps are helping, and then going up a little higher, upper traps, biceps still involved, and then really targeting the lower 30-pound resistance for the high pull and working rear delts, upper traps. So it's a good example of different things. I could do a full body workout. I could do all kinds of different things with those bands. What's fantastic is as I get closer to my body, I get stronger. So those bands, the resistance actually increases as I pull. First part nearly isn't quite as tough as here. I'm stronger, but the resistance is also increased. So it really matches my ability. And so that's what's fantastic about those bands. You can pick them up. Most places you can get a pretty decent set for $25-30. You can get a really dynamic set like I use here in the studio that interchanges where I can add multiple bands to one handle. If we really want to pull some resistance. But I used to be able to train people out of their living rooms in a backpack full of equipment, and bands were cornerstone. So if you don't have a set of exercise bands for your own gym, you're really cutting yourself short. Great value. Can't speak more about them. So if you want a good set, I have some on my website, on my Amazon site. Go to my website, apeshape.fit, and you'll see my Amazon store there. I've got a set of bands there that I use for home. I think they're about $25, and they're pretty effective. So any questions, comments, leave them below this video. But thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.